In this video, I'm going to talk with you guys about my mental health experience since having started an OnlyFans account 30 days ago. For the past 30 days, I've been on a strange and weird, ultimately cool adventure, sharing adult level content with people who pay a subscription fee on a premium website or platform called OnlyFans, where they pay money and then they get to see me express myself through video and pictures in ways that I never thought I would do ever, but certainly wouldn't do on Instagram or YouTube. This decision of mine has led to a lot of scrutiny from people here online, and that's been hard for me. And I want to sort of just talk about where my head's at and where my feelings have been and what my experience has been from when I started 30 days ago to where I'm at now. But before I do that, I want to say something that I think is really important, which is that I encourage every single person watching this, and I will continue to encourage myself to not pretend what I feel isn't there, to not hide the truth about my life or anything that's interesting to me or anything I'm experiencing to please or pander to strangers, to make other people treat me a certain way, to be perceived or seen or thought of in a specific certain way in order for me to be okay. I think one of the coolest things that's come out of this experience, which has led to a fair bit of anxiety and sadness for me at times, is that I'm continuing to championing something I say is important to me, which is to not lie to people, to tell people the truth, to be honest and open about who you are, what you think, what you feel, what you're afraid of, what you're excited about, regardless of what people might think. Too many of us walk around curating our personalities, our responses, our thoughts, our feelings, our actions to please other people. Oftentimes to please people who have no stock or investment in our lives. I think it's a problem. I think it's a cancer. I think it's pervasive. And I think it's something that's deeply, deeply negatively impacted me over the years. So I just want to throw that out there for all the people hiding things, for all the people that can't be open and honest about what they do and what they think and what they want and what their desires are and what their fears are and what their excitements are and what their thoughts are. To all those people, be free to be yourself and be accepted, wanted, and loved by those that really see you and know you. Never, ever, ever, ever change who you are to please the masses, to please strangers, to please other people. Be at peace with who you are, and ideally find a small and awesome inner circle that knows you, that has your best interests in mind, who you can be vulnerable with, who you can get naked with as far as what you think and feel and want. It's a really important thing, and sharing that I wanted to start an OnlyFans account on here and being honest about my motivations led to a lot of negative backlash, and it really, really reminded me why it's so important to not let anyone tell you what you can and can't say, and not let anyone change you based on their own values, their own fears, their own insecurities, their own thoughts and feelings. Just to stand in your own truth, regardless of what that is. It's important. It's really, really important. A lot of people who have watch my videos, if they were to read the comment sections on the last few videos, they might feel so scared to be open and honest about what they're thinking, the things that interest them, the things they want to do with their life, the things they are doing. They probably think they would be judged, cast aside, treated poorly, made to be seen as bad or wrong. And it's just such a shitty thing, and it's so unnecessary. And a huge extra kudos to anyone who's capable and willing to communicate in a respectful way towards other human beings who might have different thoughts than them, who might live different lives than them. I think it's a skill, and online in particular, when you can hide behind a keyboard and hide behind an avatar, it's a huge, huge skill to be able to not lower yourself to the point of being gross and ugly and hateful and rude and condescending to other human beings. So thank you to everyone who does that, and big shout out to everyone who holds themselves to a high standard of how they treat other people. So let's get to it. What has my mental health been like since starting OnlyFans? When I very, very first started, I was excited. I was probably too excited. You know, changing my content up and talking about something new and trying something different for the first time online and kind of challenging this public persona I've created for myself on here as being like a mental health YouTuber, a TRT YouTuber, a fitness, a life update, an addiction, recovery. I've been in this little bubble that I've created for myself, and I felt pretty suffocated by that bubble. So when I first decided I would be open about something so different, I was excited. period. I was just so excited. Like, I felt good, like, something different. Then you guys responded, some of you really aggressively, beyond concern. Some of you were just rude and mean, and I read one too many comments and I got anxious and I got sad and I got defensive and I felt hormonally activated. It was hard for me for a second there, because I have curated my personality on here to be one that is usually respected, usually treated with kindness, usually treated with support and applaud, and I've read so many loving comments. So to read so many comments like, you're trash, you're a terrible husband, you're in relapse mode, you're a piece of shit, what all the mean things that people can decide to share with another person, it made me sad. It made me anxious. It kind of brought about like this inner adolescent, this frustrated kid in me who wanted to rebel against anyone or anything telling me there was something wrong with me, something bad about me. So that was that. And that kind of lasted for a couple weeks. I sort of got a little on my high horse, I could tell, and I was like, you know what? People telling me I can't make this content, I shouldn't be doing this, it's not who you are, I'm gonna do it extra hard. And I was also overwhelmed when I first started OnlyFans, because I didn't know so many people would sign up. I sincerely didn't know so many people would sign up. Like, I currently have nearly 200 fans on OnlyFans. I didn't know if 10 people would come over, or if 2 people would come over, or if no one would come over. So the fact that in the last 30 days, so many people have decided to join me on that journey really put me in a place of like, oh shit, you need to figure out what you're doing and how you're doing it very, very quickly. And so I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really know how I was going to do it. I'd never really explored my sexuality in this particular way. And I was figuring out boundaries with my wife on the fly, that I wasn't sleeping very well. I was definitely a bit stressed. But the drive was on. It gave me a similar vibe as to how I used to think about YouTube when I first started. Like, I don't know how to do this. I see value in this when a lot of people don't. I'm not afraid to do this when a lot of people are. How can I be great at it? How can I do a good job? How can I honor and respect the people that are supporting me with my effort and with my content and things like that? So it was a crazy first 2 weeks. And I had a couple, like 2 counselors that I spoke to that told me they were worried I was treating addictions. I'm someone in recovery, and they were worried about my reputation, and they were worried about my motivations and things like that. And some of their feedback made me sad, because a couple of those people didn't ask me any qualifying questions. They didn't ask me what kind of content I was pursuing on here. I don't know that they'd ever been on OnlyFans, and I felt sad about that, and I thought they were projecting a little, and I thought they were judging me. But I also think that they have my best interest in mind and they care about me. So that was confusing. I found that no matter how many people were saying like, hey, good for you, man, as long as you and Jesse are squared away, good for you, make your money, live your life, you've worked hard for your body, kind of building me up, I found myself really focusing on a couple of the comments I got from therapists that were not very positive, and certainly found myself obsessing about things people were saying on YouTube that were not very positive, which gave me opportunity to reflect. So midway through, 2 weeks in, I'm starting to find some sort of sense of my content, and I have to ask myself, who am I making it for? Whose approval am I seeking? What do I really want? And it brought up a lot of opportunity to refocus. I think I got too carried away with thinking about money, and I think I got too carried away with responding and reacting out of excitement and stress, that I started to lose sight of what was most important, which is my emotional sobriety, of course, my physical sobriety, my marriage, and things like that. So I fell into some secretive behavior, which was a red flag. It created like a sadness in me and an isolating sort of experience in me. And I did away with that. 10 to 2 weeks in, I made a video about it. I like chilled out, said, whoa, you're going too fast, too soon. And my internal voice was saying like, hey, we don't sneak, we don't lie, we don't minimize, we do the right thing. And I know we all have different ideas of what that means, but I knew what the right thing was for me, which was to make sure that I wasn't doing any sneaking, I wasn't doing any lying. So my wife and I sat down, because the adjustment was hard, and we really got on the same page, and I got way more open and way more honest, and did away with all the sneakiness and all the old behaviors that came roaring back for a second there when I I thought something really cool was happening that was going to be taken away. So I had a chance to just breathe and reflect, and that was good. And since then, these last 2 weeks, my mental health has more just been around challenging these like old thoughts and fears that there's something wrong with me, I'm not good enough, this career path that I'm on isn't respectable, people will think poorly about me. This codependent loop that I've been in my whole life. I've always thought the person next to me must be smarter, must be cooler, must be savvier, must be more composed, must be kinder, must have a more pure heart. My brain has looked for, oh, thank God that went off. My brain has looked for validation from everywhere but myself for a long time. So it's cool. It's bringing up old issues that I've had that I clearly need to continue to explore. And it brings up things that I thought I'd put to bed that need more reflection. I think hearing my counselors say, like, what about your reputation? People won't want to work with you professionally in the future. I think they were alluding to if I ever wanted to pursue mental health, a career in mental health or a career in something in that professional realm, that I wouldn't be worth working with. People wouldn't want to work with me if they knew that I had an OnlyFans account. So I've been exploring that too. In so many ways, I've never been this successful before. Emotionally, spiritually, as far as recovery and sobriety goes, that damn thing just kicked up again. Financially, like, I'm living the life of my dreams, but there's still that little voice in me that's just like saying, nah, like, this isn't it, you don't have it, you're not good enough. But this voice is always there. The OnlyFans is what's the word? It's a mirage. It's not real. My true self knows that I'm good. I'm smart, I'm kind, I'm loving, I care about people, I'm a good man, and that I'm human. And this has brought up a lot of opportunity for me to just reflect and be gentle with myself and say, hey, you're human. This is your human experience. You're doing the best you can. So I've had a chance to practice a lot of self-talk. This whole thing has led me to deeply dive in harder on my recovery journey, my sobriety journey, to make sure I stay right-sized, to continue to focus and work on my wife and her thoughts and her wants, and accept, it's funny, I read so many mean comments about Jessie, which was so hard on me. People saying like, oh, shame on your wife for staying with me, for starting OnlyFans, with no idea what her or I are like, what we're into, what we believe in, what our journey has been, but just condemnation, brutal stuff. So I sat here for a second and be like, damn, why isn't she leaving me? Is she crazy for wanting to support this part of my journey and being so open and cool about it within boundaries that she gets to control? We put each other in bubbles and we project our beliefs on other people. I mean, I try not to, but man, people just in general, I think, project their thoughts and their beliefs onto other people, strangers, so aggressively. It's scary and it's weird. And so I've got my circle getting closer again, and something in me says that I can't just run away from this OnlyFans experience just because some people are angry with me about it. I can't just run away to please other people. That I want to explore this and figure out what's going on. I do enjoy it. I do think I'm really good at it. I work so hard on my body. It's really fun to be rewarded for it and be able to like consider myself a professional right now, like almost like a fitness model or something who shares slightly more sexy content. I'm trying to put it in its right place in that respect. But I'm also trying to be very mindful and thoughtful of the fact that whether I'm a famous, successful business person, YouTuber, OnlyFans person, someday maybe a counselor or whatever, how that goes can't be the determining factor for me being okay with myself. It can't be something I do to seek validation. It can't be something I do to feel okay and good enough. So there's part of me that says, oh, if you were just a doctor, then you'd be good enough, you'd be respectable. Oh, if you didn't do OnlyFans and you stuck to your YouTube as it was, then people would like you and respect you. Whatever voice in me says I gotta do something else to be okay, I get to look into now and I get to explore. There is a bit of sadness that I'm working through around the whole thing, but it's gonna lead to something even better. it's going to lead to something even better. One thing is for sure, I have been an online content creator professionally for a few years now, and I've been making YouTube videos and online content for like 10. I know how to take my work ethic and my personality and use it professionally. I know how to treat something with respect, and in my opinion, OnlyFans is something that should be respected, and the people that support me there deserve my respect. They're paying their hard-earned money. They're giving me a financial opportunity that's fantastic, and they're doing it on my terms. I don't do anything I don't want to do there. So it's been a cool experience, and I'm going to keep doing it for now. I'm going to keep doing it for now, and I'm going to continue to challenge these voices in my head that say that there's something wrong with you and there's something bad about you, and if you only did this, then you'd be okay. Because I don't think those things are true, and I don't think those things are good. It's a mixed emotion thing, though. So this is like the 10th time I've tried to record this video this morning. I just keep hitting stop and restarting because it's so interesting to talk about this stuff. And I miss talking to you guys. I do. I come here to process. I come here to share. And I never want to be afraid to do that. I never want to be afraid to do that. So it's a day-by-day process, but it has stirred up my mental health, both good and bad. And I look forward to exploring all of it. And I'll do it with you guys as much as I feel like I can, or I want to. So I think that's it. I'm never going to quit this channel. Even if me talking about this or wanting to explore different sides of myself that I haven't been able to or wanted to share with you, that I'm no longer afraid to, even if it tanks the channel, I think I'm going to be at peace knowing that I said what I wanted to say, and I showed you who I really was. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I don't want to ever hide from you or anybody else in order to make you like me. I just don't think that's good. I don't think any of us should. If I enjoy sharing my body on OnlyFans and making a lot of money doing that, and making YouTube content about whatever I want, mental health, human sexuality, addiction, and my wife and I are okay with that, and I love my life, and I'm sober and happy, that's all. I'm gonna do it. That's okay. That's all that matters to me. I'm trying to make my circle so small as far as who I listen to and what's motivating my thoughts, because I woke up on this spinning rock just like everybody else, and I'm figuring out as I go, and I am not big on people telling other people who they should be and what they should do with their lives. So I'm going to continue to explore this side of me. I'm going to do it on my terms. I'm going to stay true to myself and what I want. I'm not going to thwart or extinguish any interest or curiosity I have about my human experience, and I am going to continue to share it with you. And I do appreciate your time. And I'm glad you're here, and I hope you know that I don't care how mean this world gets, I'll always treat you nice. I'll always treat you respectfully. Anyone that knows me knows that I treat everyone with so much kindness and so much respect and love. That's who I want to be, and those are the people I want to attract. So I don't know if this video came out the way I wanted at all. I have no clue, but I'm glad I made it. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I hope you're being authentic. I hope you're being honest and real with people. I hope you have people in your life who really see you and accept you. Yeah, okay. There's so much more I could say about OnlyFans. There's so much more I could say about my addiction recovery. There's so many things I could share with you about Jesse and I, but I'll save it for another video. This one's gone long enough. If you made it this long in the comment section, please write in the comments. If you made it this far in the video, excuse me, please write free. Please write free in the comment section. I think it's something I'm trying to be, is just be free to be me, be free to have whatever life experience I have, and I want you guys to be free to have yours too. Later, guys.